As a new business owner who wants to start making a lot of money online, you want to make your business become big. One of the questions I get the most is, how exactly can I overcome self-doubt? And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you actionable strategies you can start to use today to overcome self-doubt. Now, one amazing thing you have to understand is that there are different causes of self-doubt. And before you even think about the solution, you need to think about the causes of the self-doubt and start to look for the solution in it. Now, the first cause of self-doubt I have here is fear. Okay? Because most times, whenever you're scared of taking action in a particular thing, 90% of the time you are just being scared. Now, the second also, this one is even more important than this one, and this is the bigger reason why a lot of people doubt themselves a lot, is what lack of evidence. All right. Now, because you're new and there is no way you think you can prove that you're actually good at whatever it is you're saying you're trying to do, this always comes into play. And I'm going to give you 7 strategies that you can use in order for you to overcome self-doubt, like starting today. Because personally, I was once there before. Remember back then when I started business, when I want to post about my product, I'll be thinking, okay, am I good enough to post about this? Should I post about this at all? All those things are just beginner's syndrome or whatever I might call it. But let me just give you the strategies immediately. Now, number 1 is that if you are actually scared right now, because one of the reasons why you don't have evidence is because you don't have any experience. Because with experience comes evidence, okay? So you need to start learning to fail. Okay? Because most times when you failed a lot of times, you now understand what you need to do in order for you to make it work and what you need to avoid you having it to not work at all. So the first step is that you need to get experience through learning and failure. Now, number 2, you need to take your emotions out of it. Okay? Take emotions out. Like, man, you're running a business, and if you actually completed high school or something, thank you. If you actually completed high school or something, you understand that a business in itself is a different entity. You as a personality, you're a different entity. So don't come and be putting your personal experience into your business. Nobody cares. If you genuinely have a product that can solve a burning problem, all right, you're always going to be able to make money off it. And the product solving that particular problem has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with your emotions. Okay, so emotions has to go out of the way if you want to take away self-doubt. In fact, self-doubt in itself, right, is an emotion. Self-doubt in itself is an emotion. So once you've been able to take self-doubt out of the equation, like you're literally 50% there. But of course, I don't want you to end up, I don't know why my marker keeps falling. But of course, I don't want you to end up being that arrogant guy who literally knows nothing. So that's the reason why I'm telling you that you should try to get some experience and try to fail a little bit more so that you can do more and do better for yourself. Now, number 3, okay, is that increase your desire to succeed. The reason why you're afraid of what people will think about you is because it's not yet a life or death situation for you. You have options. That's the reason why you're afraid. You are trying to think about what people will think about you. If you are being diagnosed with a terminal sickness and say you're going to die today and you have to post that content today, or you have to run that business in the next 3 months, you will do it. So it's just the fact that a lot of you, your desire is not yet strong enough. You don't have a strong why. You don't have a strong reason why you have to do what you have to do. So most times you find yourself not taking any action, doubting yourself, thinking that, oh, the world revolves around you. No, nobody cares about you, to be very honest. Now, number 4 is that you need to surround yourself with positive energy. Let me just have this here, positive energy. So you are this battery, okay? You are this battery, and it has to be positive. You need to surround yourself with positive energy. Because trust me, man, if you are working with a gang of people who know what they are doing, 90% of the time, there will not be any reason for you to doubt yourself. And that's the reason why they say there is strength in numbers. So if you find 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people doing the same exact thing that you're doing, right, and you're working with them, there's really no reason for you to doubt yourself, because you are constantly surrounded by people who already have this evidence that you lack here and this experience that you lack here, so that you can actually always visualize your success. And that's part of the things we're going to talk about later. Now, number 5, don't go for big things, okay? Focus on small wins. All right, so instead of you trying to get 100 customers today, I don't just try to get one and celebrate you having one, because the same method you used to get one is just the same method you're going to use to get 100. So just focus on, don't focus on the big things, right? Focus on the small things, focus on the small wins, and eventually everything is going to come to pass for you. Now, number 6 is visualization, okay? Visualize your destination. So like I told you, many times than not, let's say you're this guy right here, okay, and this is where you want to go. Let's say this is a mountain and this is like a mountain of cash and shit. So when you visualize your destination much more properly, you understand something like, okay, anything in between all these places are just going to be distractions. So most times people do not visualize their destinations, and that's the reason why all these petty talks, all these things, people's opinions, it usually gets to them. But if you know what you're doing, right, and you visualize your destination and you know, okay, this is exactly where I want to go, this is exactly where I want to be, to be honest, like, you will not even have the ability to see all these things. And let me give you a typical example. If you're traveling from one particular state, okay, to another state, if you're traveling from one particular state to another state, how many buildings did you remember on your way to that state? Literally almost 0. And that's because you're focused on where you want to go and not what is happening on the journey towards where you want to go. And that's exactly how it works. Now, the last but not the least, number 7, I'm just going to keep it here. Number 7 is that you should understand that this idea of self-doubt would never really totally go away. Because like I told you guys earlier on, okay, self-doubt is an emotion, and as a human being, you're always going to have emotions. As long as there's somebody out there better than you, you always feel like, oh, probably maybe I'm not good enough. So learn to live with it. If you cannot eradicate it totally, learn to live with it and see it as what it is, just an emotion. So whenever you feel the emotion, you have to feel the opposite of it, which is confidence, right? So that's the video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can like and subscribe and just give me a comment about anything you feel you would like me to cover. The channel is strictly for self-improvement and business knowledge and make money online in general. So yeah, thank you for watching the video.